Good evening, students. Now, before we continue with today's lecture, students, there is one thing that we wanted to discuss with everyone. It has been observed that there are various students as well as parents, those who are saying that why are we conducting webinar? Now, students and parents, there is one thing that we need to understand. Webinar which is there, it has been done with specific purpose. Initially, when we started off with the Zoom lectures, there were various complaints that we had received from the students as well as from the parents, stating that कि सर बच्चे आपस में ही एक दूसरे को मैसेज करते हैं, बच्चे एक दूसरे को चिढ़ाते हैं, and there were few serious issues in relation to the same. Considering that factor, फिर हमने चैट ऑप्शन में एडजस्टमेंट किया एंड देन अकॉर्डिंगली हमने ऐसा एडजस्टमेंट किया कि स्टूडेंट्स डायरेक्टली बात सिर्फ टीचर्स से करें. बट इन दैट सिनेरियो टू बच्चों ने उसका भी गलत फायदा उठाया एंड देयर वर सर्टेन रॉन्ग रिमार्क्स व्हिच वर मेड बाय द स्टूडेंट्स फॉर सर्टेन टीचर्स which cannot be tolerated in our education institute. Moreover, from 1st of June, there are many schools, those who have started with the online activities. So because of which what happens is, if we conduct a Zoom lectures, तो स्टूडेंट्स मॉर्निंग टाइम में स्कूल की ऑनलाइन एक्टिविटीज के साथ बिजी होते हैं और फिर जब इवनिंग में इवन इफ वी कंडक्ट सपोजिंगली जूम लेक्चर्स फ्रॉम 2:30 टू 7:15 तो स्टूडेंट वहीं पर एंगेज हो जाता है, बिकॉज ऑफ विच कैसे होता है ना कि फिर उनके आईज पे स्ट्रेन होता है. हेंस द रीजन वी गिव एन ऑप्शन कि इन वेबिनार इफ यू डोंट वांट टू वॉच इट लाइव, you still have provision as per your convenience. Later on, you can watch the recorded lecture. Moreover, students, there were few parents who said that कि sir there is one way interaction. तो अगर student को कोई doubt है, कोई difficulty है, then how will they clear it? I absolutely agree to it, and hence the reason a provision has also been made for the same. अगर आपको वेबिनार देखने के टाइम पे किसी भी तरह का कोई भी डाउट है या कोई भी डिफिकल्टी है, द वेरी फर्स्ट थिंग दैट यू नीड टू डू इज आप पूरा लेक्चर एक बार वापस यूट्यूब पर देखिए. फिर भी अगर कोई डाउट है, ओपन योर बुक, यू स्टिल हैव द ऑप्शन ऑफ रोबोमेट प्लस. सर रोबोमेट प्लस भी देखा, फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत डाउट बच गया है. इन दैट केस स्टूडेंट्स व्हाट यू नीड टू डू इज जस्ट नोट डाउन योर डाउट्स को नोट डाउन करके रखना. वी विल अरेंज वन डाउट सॉल्विंग लेक्चर विद द रिस्पेक्टिव सब्जेक्ट टीचर and accordingly on Zoom in fact, and accordingly we'll get your doubts clarified. But students, kindly make sure that whatever online activities are being conducted from our end, it is conducted for your benefit only. Now during this crucial time, whatever best that we can do for the students, we are trying to do it from our end. So kindly ensure that you are supporting the efforts taken by our institute. Now moving further, students, with our chapter, I think yesterday we had completed the third method of solving simultaneous linear equations. Can you all tell me, students, what was the name of that method? Absolutely correct, graphical method. Now students, today we are moving towards the fourth and the last method of solving simultaneous linear equations, which is nothing but Crammers Rule. Now students, before we move towards the Crammers Rule, you first need to understand a small concept called as determinant. Sir, अगर हमें Crammers Rule पढ़ना है, तो why do we need to learn determinant? The reason behind it is, students, that Crammers Rule is completely dependent on the concept of determinant. मतलब अगर डिटर्मिनेंट आएगा तो आप क्रैमर्स रूल अच्छे से कर पाओगे, लेकिन अगर डिटर्मिनेंट का कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं आएगा तो वी वोंट बी एबल टू सॉल्व द इक्वेशंस यूजिंग क्रैमर्स रूल. So hence the reason, students, before we proceed towards Cramer's rule, we first need to understand the concept of determinant. So now let us understand what do we mean by determinant. Now listen to me very carefully, students. Determinant is nothing but specific arrangement of four numbers. Once again, I repeat, specific arrangement of four numbers in rows and columns between two vertical lines. I'll repeat the entire definition once again, students. Determinant is nothing but specific arrangement of four numbers in rows and columns between two vertical lines. So whenever you come across such structure, that is arrangement of four numbers in two rows and two columns between two vertical lines, such kind of arrangement of numbers is called as a determinant. What is it called as, students? Determinants. Perfect. Now moving further, students, ये जो determinants होते हैं, each and every determinant has its own value. Each and every determinant has its own value. Sir, then how do we find the value of a determinant? Now carefully observe the steps that we need to follow for calculating the value of a determinant. Let us consider the same determinant, students, and now we'll see how do we calculate the value of this determinant. Now remember, students, the value of a determinant is calculated diagonally. How is it calculated? Diagonally. Perfect. The value of a determinant is found out diagonally. Diagonally starting from the first number. Once again, I repeat, diagonally starting from the first number. Now, students, can you tell me in this determinant in front of you, what is the first number that you can see? Exactly, 3. And if I go diagonally, तो diagonal पे 3 के साथ दूसरा नंबर कौन सा दिख रहा है? Absolutely correct, 6. So now both these numbers on the first diagonal, they will get multiplied. So with this, we get the first diagonal, that is 3 into 6. Now students, in this determinant, we have the other diagonal. तो वो दूसरे diagonal पे, which are the two numbers that we have? Absolutely correct, 4 and 9. And the numbers on this other diagonal will get multiplied. So we get 4 into 9 as the other diagonal. So now we have got two diagonals. एक diagonal में it is 3 into 6. Second वाले में it is 4 into 9. And now to find the value of the determinant, we need to subtract the two diagonals. I hope so that this step is very clear to each and every student. Now moving further, students, now tell me, 3 6 will give us how much? 18. Perfect. Moving further, keeping minus sign as it is, 4 9s will give us how much, students? Absolutely correct, 36. So calculating it further, 18 minus 36 will give us how much? Very good, will give us minus 18. Means the value of this determinant that we are having on the screen is nothing but minus 18. This is the concept of determinant, students, which you need to remember and which we are going to use further in Cramer's rule. So remember, students, determinants, each and every determinant has its own value, and the value of the determinant is found out diagonally starting with the first number. And when we get the two diagonals, to find the value of the determinant, we need to subtract both the diagonals. All right. Let us see कितने students को क्या समझ में आया है करके. All right. So moving towards the sums based on the concept of determinant. Practice set 1.3 का main question number 1. The question says, fill in the blanks with the correct number. The sum carries weightage of 1 mark, students. Now everyone just look at the sum very carefully. I think we have been given a determinant, right? Now the determinant is 3, 4, 2, 5, right? It contains the number 3, 4, 2, and 5. And if you look at the steps that they have followed below the determinant, it gives us an indication कि हाँ, यहाँ पर they are asking us to find the value of the given determinant. And I think students, we are very well aware that how do we find the value of a determinant? Tell me, how do we find the value of a determinant? Perfect. We find the value of a determinant diagonally, but diagonally starting from the first number. Perfect. So students, can you all tell me here in this determinant, which is the first number? 3. And starting from 3 on the first diagonal, which two numbers are there? Absolutely correct. 3 and 5. So both these numbers will get multiplied. So 3 into 5. But students, if you look at the first step, 3 into is already written. So in that box which has been given to us blank, which number would be there? Very good. We'll put 5. Moving further, there's a minus sign in between, which we usually put while subtracting the two diagonals to find the value of the determinant. And then moving further towards the other diagonal, students, which are the two numbers on the other diagonal? Very good, 2 and 4. Now these two numbers on the other diagonal will get multiplied. But students, if you look at the line which is being given below the determinant, see, into 4. Into 4 is already given to us. So in that box which is blank, which number would be there? Absolutely correct. I hope so that this first step is clear to everyone. Now moving further, students. Now tell me 3 5s will give us how much? 15. Minus sign is as it is, and 2 4s they have already given the answer as 8. Now moving further, 15 minus 8 will give us the answer as today 7. Perfect. I hope so that this sum based on calculating the value of the determinant is quite clear to each and every student. All right. So let us quickly proceed towards the next sum. Okay. Practice set 1.3, main question number 2. Find the values of the following determinants. Now, students, again, we have been given the determinant out here. Can you read the numbers which are there in the determinant? -1, 2, 7, and 4. All right. Now, the question says to find the value of the determinant. Now, students, we are very well aware. How do we find the value of the determinant? Absolutely correct. Diagonally. But diagonally starting from the first number. Can you tell me which is the first number out here? Very good. -1. So if I start with that -1, diagonally which two numbers are there? -1 and 4. Both these numbers will get what? Multiply. So -1 into 4. Moving further, which are the numbers on the other diagonal? 7 and 2. Now both these numbers will get multiplied. So it would be 7 into 2. And to find the value of the determinant, what do we do with the diagonals? We need to subtract the two diagonals. Very good. Chalo, solving it further now. -1 into 4 will give us the answer as -4. Keeping that minus sign as it is. Now tell me, students, 7 twos will give us how much? 14. Take care. Moving further, -4 minus 14 will give us the answer as? Very good, -18. So the value of the given determinant, is nothing but -18. All right. I hope so that by now the concept of finding the value of determinant is quite clear to everyone. Now, what I wanted to do is I want every one of you to solve this next sum on your own, exactly 1 minute to solve this sum. Your time starts now. Stop writing, everyone. All right. Let us check whether you have got the answer correct or not. Now we have been given a determinant and the question says to find the value of the determinant. Students, look at the determinant. Which are the numbers in the determinant? 5, -7, 3 and 0. Now to find the value of the determinant, how do we find it? Diagonally, starting from the first number. Which is the first number here? 5. So starting from 5, so on that diagonal, which two numbers are there? 5 and 0. So both these numbers will get multiplied. Moving further towards the other diagonal, which are the two numbers on the other diagonal? 3 and -7. Now both these numbers will get multiplied. So it will be 3 into -7. Now to find the value of the determinant, what are we supposed to do with these diagonals? Subtract the two diagonals. 5 zeros will give me how much? 0. All right, take care. Minus sign as it is. 3 into -7 will give us how much? Very good. -21. So now keeping this 0 as it is. Now students tell me minus minus will become plus. Minus into minus will become plus. So it will become +21. Now tell me 0 plus 21 will give me the answer as 21. That's great. I can see that majority of the students have got the answer correct. All right. So it's such an easy concept. All right. So let us proceed towards the next sum. Now, students, is an important one because looking at the question, denominator has come into picture, right? So let us see what exactly we need to do in this particular sum. We are going to follow the same steps that we have done till now to find the value of the determinant. Practice set 1.3 का main question number 2 का sum number 3. Again, we have been given a determinant and the question says to find the value of the determinant. So students, quickly tell me, how do we find the value of a determinant? Absolutely correct. Diagonally. Diagonally starting with the first number. All right. So which is the first number here, students? 7 upon 3. And if I consider diagonally, which two numbers are there? 7 upon 3 and 1 upon 2. So what are we going to do with both these numbers? Multiply. So 7 upon 3 into 1 upon 2. Considering the numbers on the other diagonal. Look at the numbers on the other diagonal. Which are the numbers on the other diagonal, students? 5 upon 3 and 3 upon 2. And what are we going to do with both these numbers? We are going to multiply it. All right. So 5 upon 3 into 3 upon 2. All right. Now tell me, students, what are we going to do with both the diagonals now? We are going to subtract it. Very good. Now listen to me very carefully, students. The next step is very important. Now, while multiplying the fractions, numerator will get multiplied with the numerator and the denominator will get multiplied with the denominator. Now look at the first bracket, numerator with the numerator. So 7 ones will give us how much? 7. Denominator with denominator. 3 twos will give us how much, students? Perfect. Minus sign as it is. Again in this bracket, the two fractions are getting multiplied, means numerator with the numerator, denominator with the denominator. So numerator with numerator, 5 threes will give us how much, students? 15. All right. Denominator, 3 twos will give us how much, students? 6. Perfect. I hope so that this step is quite clear to everyone. Okay. Now solving it further, look at the denominators of the two fractions, students. 7 upon 6 minus 15 upon 6. Here, the denominator is 6. So the denominator is same in both the fractions. So in that case, we can directly club the numerator. So it becomes 7 minus 15 upon 6. Done? So moving further, 7 minus 15. Students, 7 minus 15 will give us how much? Very good. It will give us -8 upon 6. Now, if I'm not wrong, 8 and 6 दोनों 2 के टेबल में जाते हैं. So we'll do the cancellation. 2 कितने जा? 2 3s are 6 and 2 कितने जा 8? 2 4s are 8. So in that case, students, we get the answer as -4 upon 3. I hope so that this sum of finding the value of determinant is quite clear to everyone. Students, exactly 1 minute. Copy down this sum. Done? All right. So now students, okay. Now students, now since we are very well aware, okay, what do we mean by the concept of determinant and how do we find the value of a determinant? So now let us proceed towards the fourth and the last method of solving simultaneous linear equations, students. That is nothing but Cramer's rule. Okay. So let us take up the first sum based on Cramer's rule. It's practice set 1.3, main question number 3, sum number 1. Now, students, we have been given two equations out here, two linear equations. I want every one of you to read the first equation. 3x minus 4y is equal to 10. All right. Everyone read the second equation. 4x plus 3y is equal to 5. So now, students, we have been given two equations. Can you tell me which are the two alphabets in this equation? X and Y. So the question says that we are supposed to solve these equations. Means we are supposed to find the answer for X and Y. X equal to kitna and Y equal to kitna. But they have specified that to find the value of X and Y, compulsorily we need to use which method, students? Cramer's rule. So students, now let us start with the steps that we need to follow for solving linear equations by Cramer's rule. Now, the very first step is the same that we had followed for elimination by equating the coefficient, students. The very first step says, check whether the equations are present in their basic forms. Students, do you all remember what do you mean by basic forms? Very good. Basic form means alphabet wale on left hand side and akela number that is constant on the right hand side. So everyone look at the first equation. Students, tell me whether this first equation is present in its basic form. Yes, because alphabet wale are on the left hand side and the constant is on the right hand side. So we'll number this equation as equation number 1. Now students, look at the second equation. Tell me whether the second equation is present in its basic form. Yes, because alphabet wale present hai on the left hand side and the constant is on the right hand side. So we'll number this equation as equation number 2. So we are done with the first step. We have checked whether the equations are present in their basic form, and since they are present in their basic form, so we have numbered the equation as equation 1 and 2. Now the next step. Now in the next step, students, we need to prepare a determinant. Once again, I repeat, we need to prepare a determinant. Determinant D. Sir, चलो we understood कि we need to prepare a determinant जिसका नाम है determinant D. But sir, determinant के अंदर तो 4 numbers होते हैं ना, तो अब ये determinant में कौन से 4 numbers डालने हैं? Now listen to me very carefully, students. इस determinant में वो जो 4 numbers होंगे, those 4 numbers are coefficients of x and y. Once again, I repeat, those 4 numbers will be coefficients of x and y. Students, can you all tell me, in equation 1, x का coefficient x के साथ number कौन दिख रहा है? 3. Perfect. In equation 2, x का coefficient x के साथ number कौन दिख रहा है? 4. So which are the coefficients of x? 3 and 4. So the coefficients of x have to be written vertically on the left hand side of the determinant. 3, 4. I hope so this step is quite clear to everyone. तो अब y के coefficients आ गए. तो can you all tell me now the remaining 2 numbers वो कहाँ से आएंगे? Absolutely correct. The coefficients of y. Okay. So now moving further, students, can you all tell me equation 1 में y का coefficient कितना है? No, it's not 4. Students, always remember, while considering the coefficient, if there is a negative sign, so that negative sign will go along with the number. So in equation 1, the coefficient of y is not 4. The coefficient of y is minus 4. Now tell me students, in equation 2, what is the coefficient of y? 3. Perfect. So the coefficients of y are minus 4 and 3. So these two numbers will be written on the right hand side of the determinant vertically in this manner. So now our determinant D is ready. I hope so that we are very well aware now that how we have filled the determinant D. So students, remember, determinant D contains the coefficients of x and y. Once again, I repeat, determinant D contains the coefficients of x and y. Now, once we have framed the determinant D, now we need to find the value of this determinant D. And value ढूंढना तो हम सबको अच्छे से आता है. तो चलो quickly we'll find the value of this determinant. Now tell me students, how do we find the value of the determinant? Absolutely correct. Diagonally, starting from the first number. Which is the first number here? 3. All right. And 3 के साथ अगर diagonally लूँ तो दूसरा कौन सा number है? 3. तो now ये दोनों numbers on the first diagonal क्या करना है? Multiply. So it will be 3 into 3. All right. Considering the numbers on the other diagonal. Tell me which are the two numbers on the other diagonal? Perfect. Minus 4 and 4. ये दोनों numbers क्या कर रहे हैं? Absolutely correct. Multiply. So it will be minus 4 into 4. And ये दोनों diagonals को value ढूंढने के लिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? Subtract. So the two diagonals have been subtracted. Solving it further, 3 threes will give us how much? 9. Okay, keeping that minus sign as it is. Now tell me students, minus 4 into 4. 4 fours is 16. And since minus ka sign hai, so the answer would be minus 16. Keeping 9 as it is. Now students, minus into minus will become plus. Okay, and then 16. Now tell me students, 9 plus 16 will give us the how much answer? Perfect. The answer would be 25. So we have got the value of determinant D, which is nothing but 25. I hope so that how we have found out the value of determinant D, how we have put the numbers in the determinant D is quite clear to each and every student. Now moving further students, in the next step, we need to prepare one more determinant. Now the next determinant that we are going to prepare, उसको बनाने के लिए we will take the help of this determinant D. Okay. Now students, the second determinant that we are going to prepare, that determinant is called as dx. What is it called? Dx. Okay. Abhi simple words mein, it is not officially written in the textbook. Just for your reference, simple words mein agar dx ko yaad rakhna hai na, remember dx means delete x. Delete x. तो सर delete x मतलब क्या करना है? Now students, look at the numbers which are there in that determinant. 3, 4, minus 4, 3. Which are the coefficients of the variable x? X के alphabets, x alphabet के coefficients कौन कौन है? Absolutely correct. 3 and 4. ये दोनों को हमें delete करना है. तो ये दोनों गए. तो सर अगर ये दोनों गए तो उनका जगह खाली रह गया. Now in that blank space will come the constants from the equation. Constants यानी क्या? अकेले number. Can you all tell me in equation 1, which is the constant that we have? Absolutely correct, 10. And in equation 2, which is the constant that we are having? 5. So ये दोनों constant आएंगे in that blank space, that is 10 and 5. And with this, our determinant x, that is dx, is ready. I hope so. The steps are very clear, students. To prepare dx, we need to take the help of determinant D. From determinant D, you will delete the coefficients of x. And coefficients of x को delete करने के बाद जो भी blank space रह जाएगा वहां पर कौन आएगा? Constants. Perfect. So now quickly we'll find the value of this determinant dx also. चलो, tell me which is the first number? 10. Okay, 10 के साथ diagonally दूसरा number कौन सा है? 3. So we'll multiply both the numbers, 10 into 3. Now on the other diagonal, which are the two numbers? Minus 4 and 5. So we'll multiply it, that is minus 4 into 5. Then we'll subtract the two diagonals. Tell me students, 10 threes are kitna? 30. Keeping minus sign as it is. Now tell me students, 4 fives are kitna? 20 and लेकिन उधर माइनस साइन भी है तो it will be -20, keeping 30 as it is. Minus into minus would be plus, and then we have 20. Now tell me students, 30 plus 20 कितना? Very good, 50. So we get the value of determinant dx as 50. I hope so. How did we frame the determinant dx and how did we calculate the value of determinant dx is quite clear to everyone. तो अब तक इस सम में हमने दो डिटर्मिनेंट बना लिया, एक डिटर्मिनेंट डी और दूसरा डिटर्मिनेंट dx. Now we need to prepare one more determinant and in fact the last determinant. All right, the last determinant जिसका नाम होगा dy. All right, now students remember dy बनाने के लिए the last determinant, again you will take the help of determinant d. Now as I said कि जो third determinant बनाना है उसका नाम है dy. Now students, try to link it with the previous determinant that we had framed. जब dx था तो मैंने क्या कहा था? delete x. So now if it is dy, तो students it would be delete perfect y. So in that case students, in this determinant, can you all tell me which are the coefficients of the variable y? Very good, -4 and 3. तो ये -4 and 3 जो y के कोएफिशिएंट्स है, we are going to delete them. अब अगर हम उसे डिलीट करेंगे तो उनका जगह खाली हो जाएगा, and we are very well aware कि खाली जगह पे कौन आएंगे? Absolutely correct, the constants that is 10 and 5. So there we will have the constants, and with this we are done with the framing of determinant dy. So remember students, dy means delete y. तो we'll again take the help of determinant d. Determinant d में से हम लोग y के coefficients delete करेंगे, वो जो जगह खाली बचेगा, there we will have coefficient, there we will have the constants. So now we are ready with our determinant dy. So now let us quickly find the value of determinant dy. Tell me students, which is the first number? 3. 3 के साथ diagonally दूसरा number कौन सा? 5. So we'll multiply 3 5s. Okay. Other diagonal. दूसरे diagonal पे which are the two numbers? Very good. 10 and 4. So 10 and 4 ये दोनों numbers होंगे. Multiply and then answer ढूंढने के लिए we'll subtract the two diagonals. So quickly tell me students, 3 into 5 would be how much? Very good, 15, keeping minus sign as it is. 10 fours would be how much? Very good, 40. So now tell me students, 15 minus 40, kitna dega? Absolutely correct. That will give me minus 25. So with this, we are done with making all the three determinants and finding their value. Okay. Now, once the three determinants are ready, students, now we need to follow the last step to complete the sum. And in the last step, we are going to apply Crammers Rule. And according to Crammers Rule, students, to find the value of the variable x का आंसर ढूंढने के लिए, the formula that we need to follow is x is equal to dx upon d. Repeat students, x is equal to, once again, x is equal to, very good. And similarly, to find the value of variable y, the formula would be y is equal to dy upon d. Students, y would be equal to, once again, y would be equal to, perfect, x would be equal to, and y would be equal to, very good. Now using this formula, we just need to substitute the values which we have already found out. So now tell me students, starting off with dx. What is the value of dx that we have got? 50. Okay. Upon, what is the value of d that we have got? 25. Perfect. So now if we cancel it, 25 ones are 25. So we have got the value of our first alphabet, the first variable x as equal to 2. Chalo, let us substitute the formula values in the second one. dy. Can you tell me what is the value of dy? Minus 25. Okay. Upon d, what is the value of d? Perfect, 25. Doing the cancellation, 25 ones are 25 ones are. So what is the answer that we are left out with? Very good, -1. So students, with this, we have got the values of both our alphabets, that is x as well as y. So now let us write down the final statement. Therefore, solution of the given simultaneous equation is x comma y. What is the value of x, students? Perfect, 2. And what is the value of y? -1. There's a full-fledged 3-mark sum for your board examination students. With this, we are done with the Crammers Rule. I hope so. What all steps we need to follow in Crammers Rule is quite clear to everyone. A quick revision. Very first step is, students, what? We need to check whether the equations are present in their basic form, means alphabet wale on left hand side and the constant on the right hand side. Once they are there in the basic form, we need to number the given equations. Then after that, we need to prepare 3 determinants. Which is the first determinant? D. Perfect. The second determinant? Dx. And the third determinant? Dy. Now the determinant D, the first determinant D, it will contain what, students? Which numbers? Very good. Coefficients of x and y. Then to prepare dx, you will take the help of which determinant? D. Now in the determinant D, dx के simple words में याद रखने के लिए we'll remember it as delete x. तो from the determinant D will delete the coefficients of x. तो x का coefficient delete करने के बाद जो खाली जगह बचेगा वहां पर कौन आएगा? Absolutely correct. Constants. Then the third determinant dy. To prepare dy, you will take the help of determinant D. dy shortcut क्या होगा? Delete. Perfect. So from that determinant D, you will delete the coefficients of y. After deleting the coefficient of y, जो खाली जगह बचेगा वहां पर कौन आएगा? Constant. Absolutely correct. And once we find the value of d, dx and dy, then we'll apply Cramer's rule. Now by Cramer's rule, students, what is the formula to find the value of alphabet x? Perfect. X is equal to dx upon d. And what is the formula to find out the value of alphabet y? Perfect. Y is equal to dy upon d. Students, I'm giving you all exactly 3 minutes. Copy down this sum properly. Last 1 minute, students. All right, stop writing, everyone. Okay. Now moving towards the next sum. Now I hope so that all the students are very well aware that what are the steps that we need to follow while solving linear equation by using Crammers rule. Okay. Okay. So now students, practice set 1.3, main question number 3, sum number 4. Now we have been given two equations out here. I want every one of you to read the first equation. 6x minus 4y is equal to minus 12. Read the second equation. 8x minus 3y is equal to minus 2. Now students, which are the alphabets that we are having in both the equations? Very good, x and y. Okay. Now the question says that we are supposed to solve both these equations by using Cramer's rule. And now I think we are very well aware that how are we supposed to solve the sum by using Cramer's rule. So now you people are going to help me out when solving this sum. Okay. So let us start with the first step, students. Now students, which is the first step that we need to follow in Cramer's rule? Very good. We need to check whether the equations are present in their basic form. And what do you mean by basic form? Absolutely correct. Alphabet wale on left hand side and the constant on the right hand side. So everyone look at the first equation. Tell me, is this equation present in its basic form? Yes, because alphabet wale present on the left hand side and the constant on the right hand side. So we'll number this equation as equation number 1. Okay, everyone look at the second equation. Is this present in its basic form? Yes, so we'll number it as equation number 2. So our first step is done. Moving towards the second step. In the second step, students, if I'm not wrong, we prepare a determinant. Can you tell me what is the name of the determinant? Very good. Determinant D. Now, can you tell me, students, ये determinant D में हमें 4 numbers डालने हैं. वो 4 numbers कौन होंगे? Very good. The 4 numbers would be coefficients of x and y. So can you all tell me, students, coefficients of x? Equation 1 में x का coefficient कौन है? Very good. 6. Equation 2 में x का coefficient कौन है? 8. So the coefficients of x will be written on the left hand side vertically, that is 6 and 8. Moving further towards the coefficients of y. Tell me, students, equation 1 में y का coefficient कौन है? Is it 4? It is minus 4. I've already said coefficient के साथ if we have a negative sign, तो negative sign number के साथ जाएगा. All right. Now tell me, students, in equation number 2, what is the coefficient of y? Minus 3. So the coefficients of y are minus 4 and okay, so we'll write it down on the right hand side vertically, minus 4 and minus 3. So now we are done with this determinant D. Quickly we'll find the value of this determinant. Tell me first number कौन सा? 6. Diagonally उसके साथ दूसरा number कौन सा? Minus 3. We'll multiply both the numbers. If we multiply both the numbers, it will be 6 into minus 3. Moving further, second diagonal पे, which are the two numbers? Minus 4 and 8. We'll multiply both the numbers. So it will be minus 4 into 8. And then to find the value, we'll subtract the two diagonals. So tell me, students, 6 into 3. 6 threes are kitna? 18. But since there's a minus sign, it will become minus 18. Keeping minus sign as it is. Now tell me, students, here, 8 fours are kitna? Very good. But since we are having a minus sign, so it will become minus 32. Keeping that minus 18 as it is, the students, minus into minus will become plus, and that will be plus 32. So now minus 18 plus 32, minus 18 plus 32, students, will give me the answer as? Absolutely correct. Will give me the answer as 14. So with this, we have found the value of D, that is D is equal to 14. Chalo, students, now tell me the next step. We prepare one more determinant. What is the name of that determinant? Very good, dx. Lekin dx banane ke liye you will take the help of which determinant? Very good, you will take the determinant d. Now tell me students, dx banana hai. Shortcut, what is the shortcut of dx? Absolutely correct. Delete x. तो मतलब x के coefficients delete करने हैं. In this determinant, which are the coefficients of x? 6 and 8. So we are going to delete 6 and 8. So tell me students, if you will delete 6 and 8, उनके जगह पे कौन आएगा? Very good. The constants. So can you tell me in equation 1, the constant, अकेला number, कौन दिख रहा है? -12. In equation 2, which is the constant? -2. तो ये दोनों constants आ जाएंगे in place of x के coefficients. And with this, we are ready with the determinant dx. चलो, quickly help me out in finding the value of this determinant dx. Tell me first number कौन सा? -12 will get multiplied with the diagonal, the other number on the diagonal, so that would be -3. So -12 into -3, okay. Which are the two numbers on the other diagonal? Very good, -4 and -2. Now these two numbers will get multiplied, so it will be -4 into -2. Now tell me students, moving further, we'll subtract the two diagonals to find the value. Now tell me -12 into -3. 12 threes is how much? Very good. And minus into minus will become perfect. So the answer would be +36. Keeping that minus sign in between as it is. Now tell me students here, 4 twos is how much? Perfect. But minus into minus will become? Very good. So it will be +8. So now tell me students, 36 minus 8 will give us how much? Absolutely correct, 28. So we have got the value of dx, that is dx is equal to 28. Now students, tell me, determinant d ho gaya, determinant dx ho gaya. Which is the last determinant that we need to prepare? Very good, dy. Lekin dy ke liye bhi you will take the help of which determinant? D. Now since we need to prepare dy, can you tell me what is the shortcut for remembering dy? Delete y. So in this determinant, which are the coefficients of y? Very good, -4 and -3. अब ये -4 and -3 वहां से हट जाएगा और वो खाली जगह पे कौन आएगा? Absolutely correct, constants. And tell me students, which are the two constants in the equation? Very good, -12 and -2. So with this, we are ready with the determinant dy. Chalo, quickly help me out in finding the value of dy. Which is the first number? Very good, 6. 6 के साथ diagonal में दूसरा number कौन सा है? -2. Both the numbers will get multiplied. So 6 into -2. Now tell me students, the other diagonal, the two numbers on the other diagonal, -12 and 8. So both these numbers will get multiplied. So it will be -12 into 8. Then tell me now students, to proceed further with the value, we'll subtract the two diagonals. Now tell me 6 2s kitna hoga? Very good. But since we are having a minus sign, so it will be -12. Minus sign beech mein jo hai, we are keeping it as it is. Now tell me here, 12 8s kitna hoga? Perfect. But since there is a minus sign, so the answer would be -96. Now students, I'm keeping this -12 as it is. Minus into minus will become plus. So that would be +96. Now tell me students, 96 minus 12 will give me the answer as what? Absolutely correct. Will give me the answer as 84. So with this, we have found out the value of all the three determinants, that is d, dx, and dy. Can you tell me what is the value of d? 14. The value of determinant dx, 28. And the value of determinant dy, 84. So moving further, students, now to find the value of variable x and y, what do we need to apply? Absolutely correct. Cramer's rule. Can you tell me by Cramer's rule, what is the formula to find the value of x? Very good. X is equal to dx upon d. Can you tell me what is the value of dx that we have got? Yes, dx is 28. Can you tell me what is the value of d that we have got? Perfect, 14. Do the cancellation, students. 14 ones are 14. Perfect. So what is the value of x that we get? Very good. I hope so this is quite clear to everyone. So quickly tell me, to find out the value of y, what would be the formula by Cramer's rule? Y is equal to, absolutely correct, dy upon d. Tell me, what is the value of dy that we have got? 84. What is the value of d that we have got? 14. Now doing the cancellation, students, 14. Ones are 14. Perfect. 6 are. So what is the value of y that we get? 6. So now students, we have got the value of both the alphabets. So we'll write down the final statement. Therefore, the solution of the given simultaneous equation is x comma y. What is the value of x? 2. And what is the value of y? 6. A full-fledged 3-mark sum for your board examination. I hope so that all the steps of this sum is clear to everyone. So students, again, quickly, 3 minutes, you will copy down the entire sum. Your time starts now, students. Which lecture it was? Slide number 14. 888. Last 1 minute, students. All right, stop writing now. Okay, so now students, we are moving towards the next sum. Practice set 1.3. Solve the following simultaneous equation by using Crammers Rule. Once again, we have been given two equations out here. I want every one of you to read the first equation. 4x plus 3y minus 4 is equal to 0. All right, read the second equation. 6x is equal to 8 minus 5y. All right, which are the two alphabets that we are having in the equation? X and Y. Take care. So now the question said that we are supposed to find the value of X and Y, but by using which method, students? Absolutely correct, Crammers rule. और अभी तो हम सबको Crammers rule अच्छी तरह से आता है. तो चलो, तो quickly let us start following the steps here. Everyone look at the first equation. Students, which is the first step that we need to follow? We need to check whether the equations are present in their basic form. Tell me whether this equation is present in its basic form. No, this equation is not present in its basic form because basic form के हिसाब से होता है कि alphabet वाले should be on the left hand side and the constant should be on the right hand side. जबकि the constant 4 here is on the left hand side. So we need to shift it to the right hand side, students. So in the next step, I'll keep alphabet वाले on the left hand side and the constant 4 जिसका sign इस तरफ negative है, if it goes on the other side of equal to sign, it will become plus 4. So now see, students, is this equation present in its basic form? Yes, because alphabet wale on the left hand side and the constant is on the right hand side. So now since it is in the basic form, now let us number it as equation number 1. Now students, moving towards the second equation. Look at the second equation. 6x is equal to 8 minus 5y. Now tell me, students, is this equation present in its basic form? No, because basic form के लिए alphabet वाले should be on the, जबकि यहाँ पर 5y is on the, absolutely correct. तो हमें 5y को shift करना पड़ेगा on the left hand side. तो in that case, keeping 6x as it is, 5y का the sign is negative. If it goes on the other side of equal to sign, it will become positive 5y is equal to 8 will remain as it is. Now see, students, is it in the basic form? Yes, so we number this equation as equation number 2. So now we are done with the first step. The equations are in the basic form and we have numbered them as equation 1 and 2. So now let's start with the determinant. Students, tell me fatafat, okay, what is the first determinant that we need to prepare? Absolutely correct. Determinant D. Determinant D में 4 numbers डालने हैं. Which are the 4 numbers that will be in determinant D? Very good. The coefficients of x and y. So students, quickly tell me, in equation 1, what is the coefficient of x? 4. In equation 2, what is the coefficient of x? 6. So in that case, the coefficients of x are 4 and 6. So we'll write down 4 and 6. Done? Okay, next, coefficients of y. Tell me, students, in equation 1, what is the coefficient of y? 3. In equation 2, what is the coefficient of y? 5. So 3 and 5 are the coefficients of y. So in this determinant on the right hand side, we'll write 3 and 5. We'll quickly find out the value. Tell me which is the first number in this determinant. 4. Other number on the same diagonal, 5. Both the numbers will get multiplied. So it is 4 into 5. Moving further, minus sign in between. Then which are the two numbers on the other diagonal? 3 and 6. Both the numbers will get multiplied. So it will be 3 into 6. Solving it further, students, 4 5 is how much? 20 minus 3 6 is how much? 18. Perfect. 20 minus 18 will give us how much? Very good. So we get the value of determinant D, that is D is equal to 2. Now students, quickly tell me which is the next determinant that we need to prepare. Absolutely correct, dx. But dx banane ke liye we'll take the help of which determinant? D. All right. Now since we need to prepare dx, so tell me dx ka shortcut, delete. Very good, delete x. So which are the coefficients of x in this determinant? Absolutely correct, 4 and 6. अब अगर ये यहाँ से हट जाएंगे तो उनकी जगह पे कौन आएगा? Very good, constants. So students, tell me in equation 1 which is the constant? 4. In equation 2 which is the constant? 8. So we'll have 4 and 8. So with this we are ready with the determinant dx. Quickly help me out in finding the value of this determinant dx. Which is the first number? 4. 4 के साथ diagonal दूसरा number कौन सा है? 5. Both these numbers will get multiplied. So it will be 4 into 5 minus. Now on the other diagonal, which are the two numbers? 3 and 8. Both these numbers will get multiplied. So it would be 3 into 8. Now students, 4 5 is how much? 20 minus 3 8 will give me how much? 24. So now tell me students, 20 minus 24 will give us how much? Absolutely correct, minus 4. I hope so that Crammers rule is getting clear. I think students it is quite simple. Now tell me students, after d dx next कौन सा determinant बनाना है? Very good, dy. लेकिन dy बनाने के लिए भी again you will take the help of which determinant? Absolutely correct, d. हमें dy बनाना है. Shortcut of dy, delete y. So tell me which are the coefficients of y in this determinant? Very good, 3 and 5. तो 3 and 5 अगर हम delete कर देंगे तो उनके जगह पे कौन आएगा? Constants. Which are the constants in both the equation? 4 and 8. Very good. So we are ready with the determinant dy. Quickly tell me the value for determinant dy. Which is the first number? 4. Diagonally opposite दूसरा number is? Very good. The two numbers will get multiplied. 4 8s as it is, minus sign. Which are the two numbers on the other diagonal? Very good, 4 and 6. Both the numbers will get multiplied. So 4 into 6. Now tell me students, 8 4s is how much? Absolutely correct, 32. Keeping minus sign as it is. 4 6 is how much? Very good, 24. So we get the value of dy. 32 minus 24 will give us how much? Very good. So we have found out the value of d, dx and dy. Students, what is the value of d? What is the value of dx? What is the value of dy? All right. Now, since we are ready with the value of d, dx and dy, now let us apply Crammers rule. So students, quickly tell me, by Crammers rule, what is the formula to find out x? Very good. X is equal to dx upon d. Now tell me, what is the value of dx that we have got? Minus 4. What is the value of d that we have got? 2. Perfect. So now do the cancellation, students. 2 1s are 2 2s are. So keeping it as it is, so the value of x that we get is minus 2. Now by Crammers rule, students, tell me what is the formula for finding y? Very good. Y is equal to dy upon d. Tell me what is the value of dy that we have got? 8. Okay. What is the value of d that we have got? 2. Perfect. Do the cancellation. 2 1s are 2. Very good. So we get the value of y as 4. So we have got the value of both the alphabets, that is x and y. So now let us write down the final statement. Therefore, solution of the given simultaneous equation is x comma y. What is the value of x, students? Minus 2. What is the value of y? 4. Perfect. A full-fledged 3-mark sum. I hope so that by now Crammers rule, the steps to be followed while solving the sums in Crammers rule is quite clear to each and every student. Students, let's take a quick break of 5 minutes and then we'll continue. All right, students. Now moving towards the next sum, students. Now I think we are very well aware that how exactly we need to follow the steps in Crammers Rule. Okay. Now next sum, what we are going to do is, you people are going to solve it on your own. Take it. First, let us check the equation first. Take it. What is the equation that we are having? Practice set 1.3. Main question number 3. Sum number 6. Now I want every one of you to first of all read the first equation. Which is the first equation given to us? Very good. 2x plus 3y is equal to 2. Now read the second equation, students. X minus y upon 2 is equal to 1 upon 2. Denominator आ गया. ठीक है चलो. तो don't worry. I'll help you out initially. But then later on, you will continue with the sum. All right? ठीक है. अच्छा, first of all, tell me in both the equations, which are the two alphabets that we are having? X and y. Now the question says that we are supposed to solve this sum by using Crammers rule. मतलब हमें x और y का आंसर ढूंढना है by using Crammers rule. All right? ठीक है. So let us start with the first step, students. Now the first step in Crammers rule. What is the first step? Absolutely correct. We need to check whether the equations are present in their basic form. Let us start with the first equation. Tell me, students, is this equation present in its basic form? Yes, because alphabet wale present hai on the left hand side and the constant on the right hand side. So we'll number it as equation 1. Look at the second equation, students. Is this equation present in its basic form? Yes, because alphabet wale are on the left hand side and the constant is on the right hand side. But students, यहाँ पर problem है ना, denominator का. So we'll do one thing. We will first get rid of the denominator here. Can you all tell me what is the denominator with y there? 2. And right hand side, what is the denominator? 2. Perfect. So to get rid of this denominator 2, what I'll do is I will multiply throughout by 2. Means I'll multiply each term by 2. Now students, if I multiply each term by 2, so x will get multiplied by 2. So 2 into x will give us how much, students? 2x. Perfect. Moving further. Now this y upon 2 will also get multiplied by 2. So tell me, students, here 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So what are we left out with? Y. Perfect. Equal to sign as it is. Now students, 1 upon 2 will also get multiplied by 2. So again 2 and 2 will get cancelled, students. So what are we left out with? 1. Very good. So now see, students, whether this equation is present in its basic form. Yes, alphabet value on the left hand side and the constant on the right hand side. So now we'll number this equation as equation number 2. So now students, equation 1 and 2 अब एकदम simple है. तो आगे finding out d, dx and dy and then finding the value of x and y. I'm giving you people exactly 3 minutes to complete the sum. Your time starts now. I hope so. In determinant D सबको यही 4 numbers मिले हैं. I hope everybody has got the value of determinant D as -8. I hope everybody has got the value of dx as -5. Students, while solving the sum, kindly confirm the answer from the screen. I hope so. Everyone has got the value of determinant D, dx, and dy correctly. Students, here we are getting the answer in fraction. X is equal to 5 upon 8 and y is equal to 1 upon 4. I hope all of you have got the correct answer. So stop writing now, students. Now let us proceed towards the next sum. Now an important sum from examination point of view. Problem set 1, main question number 5, ka sum number 5. The question heading says, solve the following equations by Kramer's method. Now students, if you look at the question very carefully, अभी तक के सम्स में क्या हो रहा था ना, we were given two ready-made equations and we were solving it and getting the value of the alphabets. But here, instead, we have been given an equality statement. Equality statement consisting of 3 parts. And all these 3 parts are equal. Now, the major problem that we are going to face here is, first, what we need to do is, from this equality statement, we first need to prepare the 2 equations. और जैसे ही वो दोनों इक्वेशंस बन जाएंगे, फिर उसके आगे का स्टेप्स तो एकदम सिंपल है, जो हमें ऑलरेडी आता है. So the major task in this sum would be framing the 2 linear equations from this equality statements. So chalo students, let us see that how are we going to frame the 2 equations from this equality statement. Now to begin with, in this equality statement, there are 3 parts. First part, the second part, and the third part. And all these 3 parts are equal to each other. Now, to frame the first linear equation, what we are going to do is, we are going to consider any two parts, any two parts. You may consider the first and the second, or you may consider the second and the third, or you may consider the first and the third part. So now to frame the first equation, I'm going to consider the first and the second part. So the first part is equal to the second part. Now students, if you look at this statement very carefully, now this is of the form A upon B is equal to C upon D. Students, if you all recollect in our lower standards, we have already learned कि जब भी ऐसे statements दिखाई देते हैं, next step में immediately we do what? Cross multiplication, right? So if we do cross multiplication, so 3 will get multiplied with that x plus y minus 8, right? Equal to sign as it is. And 2 will get multiplied with x plus 2y minus 14, right? And now it is very easy for us students. Now look at this line very carefully. 3 is getting multiplied with the entire bracket. So tell me 3 into x will give us 3x plus 3 into y would be 3y minus 3 8s would be, very good, 24, equal to sign as it is. Now 2 is getting multiplied with the entire bracket. So tell me students, 2 into x would be 2x, 2 into 2 would be 4y plus sign as it is. 2 into 14 would be, very good, minus 28. Now what we'll do in the next step is students, we'll keep all alphabet wale on the left hand side and the constants on the right hand side. So on the left hand side we have 3x. अब right hand side पे जो x वाला term है, let us bring it on the left hand side. Which is the x वाला term on right hand side? It is 2x. If we take it on the left hand side, it will become minus 2x. Now keeping 3y as it is in its own position. Now which is the y term that we are having on the right hand side? 4y with a positive sign. So if it goes on the other side of equal to sign, it will become minus 4y, right? Keeping equal to sign as it is. Now right hand side with the constant, akela number that we are having is minus 28, right? So in that case, now on the left hand side, the constant term that we are having is minus 24. So if it goes on the right hand side, it will become plus 24. So now all alphabet wale terms are on the left hand side and the constants are on the right hand side. So now students, 3x minus 2x, 3 minus 2 will give us the answer as 1x, or we can also say just x, plus 3y minus 4y, plus minus. What do we need to do? Minus. So 4 minus 3 is how much? 1. But what is the sign of the bigger number? Minus. So it will be minus 1y, or you can also say just minus y, is equal to minus 28 plus 24. Minus plus, what do we need to do? Minus. So 28 minus 24 would be 4. And what is the sign of the bigger number? Minus. So it would be minus 4. So students, look at this equation. Is this equation present in its basic form? Yes, because alphabet wale are on the left hand side and the constant is on the right hand side. So we number this equation as equation number 1. So did you all see, students? Considering the first two parts of the equality statement, we framed our first equations. तो अभी तो हमें एक और equation ढूंढना है. So sir, for that one more equation, what do we need to do? You have two options. Either you can compare the second and the third part and frame the second equation, or you can also compare the first and the third part and frame the second equation. So in that case, students, we'll consider the second and the third part. Same format. A upon B is equal to C upon D. So the next step would be what, students? Very good. Cross multiplication. So if I cross multiply, it will be 4 into x plus 2y minus 40 is equal to 3 will get multiplied with this term, 3x minus y. So it will be 3 into 3x minus y. Now on the left hand side, students, 4 is getting multiplied with the entire bracket. So 4 into x would be 4x plus 4 into 2y would be 8y minus 4 into 14 would be 56. All right. Now moving further, equal to sign as it is. Now 3 is getting multiplied with the entire bracket. So 3 into 3x would be 9x minus 3 into y would be, students, 3y. Okay. Solving it further, students, all alphabet wale on left hand side and the constants on the right hand side. keeping 4x as it is, which is the x वाला term on the right hand side, 9x, साइन क्या है उसका वहां पर, plus if it comes on the left hand side, minus 9x, perfect, keeping 8y as it is, right hand side पे y वाला term कौन सा है, 3y, what is the sign that it is having, negative, if it comes on the left hand side, plus 3y, perfect. Now और सब अल्फाबेट वाले लेफ्ट हैंड साइड पे आ गए, तो नाउ वी आर लेफ्ट आउट विद ओनली कांस्टेंट. राइट हैंड साइड पे तो कोई कांस्टेंट है ही नहीं, बट ऑन द लेफ्ट हैंड साइड वी हैव अ कांस्टेंट दैट इज 56 एंड उसका साइन क्या है, नेगेटिव. इफ इट गोज ऑन द राइट हैंड साइड, वेरी गुड, तो इट विल बी प्लस 56. ऑलराइट, तो स्टूडेंट्स सॉल्विंग इट फर्दर, टेल मी 4x minus 9x, 4 का साइन प्लस है, 9 का साइन माइनस है, प्लस माइनस इज माइनस, तो 9 minus 4 will be how much, 5x, but sign of the bigger number, तो it will be minus 5x. 8y plus 3y add ही करना है, तो 8 plus 3 would be, very good, 11y is equal to, perfect, 56. With this we get the second equation. Check students whether this equation is present in its basic form. Yes, alphabet वाले on the left hand side and अकेले number on the right hand side. So we'll number this equation as equation number 2. So students, now we have got the two equations. Now solving these two equations by following the steps of Kramer's method is very simple for us. But did you all understand that how did we frame the two linear equations using the equality statement? Now I'm giving you all exactly 2 minutes. Quickly copy down this portion. Hurry up, students. 30 seconds more. All right. Now, since we are having the two equations ready with us, x minus the first equation, x minus y is equal to -4. And the second equation, minus 5x plus 11y is equal to 56. Students, exactly 3 minutes. I want you to solve both these equations by using Crammers rule. Exactly 3 minutes, students. Your time starts now. स्टूडेंट्स काइंडली इंश्योर कि यही 4 नंबर आपको डिटर्मिनेंट डी में है मिला है. I hope everyone has got the value of determinant D as 6. Kindly check whether everyone has got the value of determinant dx as 12. Students, kindly verify whether each one of you has got the value of dy as 36. Students, kindly verify your answer whether you have got the value of x as 2 and the value of y as 6. Now just last 1 minute for the ones those who are still completing it. All right, stop writing, students. With this, we are done with the fourth and the last method of solving simultaneous linear equations, which was nothing but the Cramer's rule. I hope so that all the steps that we have learned in Kramer's rule is quite clear to each and every student. All right. Okay. Now moving towards the next sum, students. Okay. Now we are going to take up a peculiar sum. Okay. जहाँ equations कुछ अलग type के दिखाई देंगे. And I want every one of you to look at the question very, very, very carefully. And I am not going to solve the entire sum. All right. Just I'll help you in the initial steps. After that, you are going to solve it on your own. Okay. This problem set 1 का main question number 6 का sum number 3. The question says, solve the following simultaneous equations. Now students, everyone, look at the first equation. 148 upon x plus 231 upon y is equal to 527 upon xy. अलग ही टाइप का इक्वेशन दिख रहा है. अच्छा, can you tell me which are the alphabets that we are having in this equation? X and y. Perfect. Everyone read the second equation. 231 upon x plus 148 upon y is equal to 610 upon xy. Can you tell me which are the alphabets or the variables in this equation? X and y. Perfect. Now the question says that we are supposed to solve this equations. Okay. Means we are supposed to find the value of x and y. Students, in the question anywhere, can you all see the name of the method? No, the name of the method has not been specified here. So in that case, students, you can use any method of your choice. But students, it would be better that we don't follow graphical method until and unless it is specified in the question. Graphical method is to be used only and only when it is specifically written in the question that solve it by graphical method. All right. Otherwise, don't use graphical method. The remaining three methods, that is elimination by equating the coefficient, or elimination by substitution, or Cramer's rule. These three methods, if the method is not specified, you can use any of the three methods to solve the equation. All right. Now, students, everyone look at both the equations very carefully. ध्यान से देखना. Now, one different thing that we observe in this equation is, यूजुअली कैसे होता है कि जो भी हमारे अब तक के सम्स हम लोगों ने सॉल्व किए, सब में इक्वेशन में एक पर्टिकुलर टर्म में या तो सिर्फ x होता या तो सिर्फ y होता. But this is a different kind of equation where we are having product of xy. Can you see that term xy means x and y are getting multiplied. So students, such kind of terms should not be there in linear equation in two variable. मतलब linear equation in two variable में product of the alphabet का multiplication नहीं चलता है. So first I'll have to get rid of this xy. Now how to get rid of this xy? So first of all, I'll do one thing. I'll number both the given equations. The first equation, I'll number it as equation 1. The second equation, I'll number it as equation 2. Now what I need to do is, students, I need to get rid of that product that is xy. So xy को हटाने के लिए what I'll do is I will multiply each and every term, that is both sides of both the equation, that is 1 and 2, by xy. Means दोनों equation में we'll multiply each and every term by xy. Since xy is there in the denominator, so if I'll multiply the term by xy, so xy and xy will get cancelled. So in that way, I'll get rid of that multiplication of the alphabet, that is xy. So I'll multiply each and every term in both the equations by xy, students. Now look at it very carefully. The first equation, 148 upon x, if I multiply it by xy, x and x will get cancelled. What are we left out with? 148y. Next term, 231 upon y into xy. Y and y will get cancelled. What are we left out with? 231x. Perfect. And here, 527 upon xy. If we multiply it by xy, xy will get. So what are we left out with? 527. So now if you look at the new equation that we have got, students, do we see any such term where we have product of the two alphabets, that is xy? नहीं. तो अब ये एक normal equation बन चुका है. But students, usually I think we are very well aware that equations में we always keep the terms in the alphabetical order. मतलब अगर xy होता है तो we keep the x term first and then the y term. So just adjusting the terms here, I'm keeping 231x पहले, then plus 148y and equal to 527. And since this equation is present in its basic form, I'm numbering it as equation number 3. Now we'll follow the same steps that we have done for equation number 1 for the equation number 2. Now in equation number 2, students, 231 upon x will get multiplied by xy. So x and x will get cancelled. So what are we left out with? 231y. 148 upon y, if it gets multiplied by xy, students, y and y will get cancelled. What are we left out with? Absolutely correct. 148x is equal to 610 upon xy. If it gets multiplied by xy will get cancelled. So what are we left out with? 610. Now students, in this new equation, do we have that product wala term as xy? Nahi hai. So now we'll just arrange it in the alphabetical order. So in that case, 148x plus 231y is equal to 610. Now, is this equation present in its basic form, students? Yes. So we'll number it as equation number 4. So I hope so that how we got rid of that term xy is quite clear to each and every student. Now, students, I want every one of you to look at equation number 3 and equation number 4 very, very, very carefully. Can you tell me, students, in both this equation, ये जरा x और y का coefficient देखो. Equation 3 में, what is the coefficient of x? 231. In equation 4, what is the coefficient of y? 231. Means जो equation 3 में x का coefficient था, वो equation 4 में y का coefficient हो गया. All right. Now students, look at the coefficients of y and x in the respective equation. See, equation 3 में y का coefficient क्या दिख रहा है? 148. In equation 4, what is the coefficient of x? 148. Means equation 3 में जो y का coefficient था, वो equation 4 में x का coefficient हो गया. Students, do you recollect something? जो equation 1 में x के साथ था, वो equation 2 में y का हो गया. जो equation इसमें y के साथ था 3 में, equation 4 में वो x का हो गया. Can I say there is interchange of coefficients among the variables? Now, students, tell me if there is interchange of coefficients among the variables, then there is a special technique that we use to solve the sum. Can you tell me what is the name of that technique? Absolutely correct. ASA, which stands for what? Adding, subtracting, adding. And मेरे ख्याल से ASA टेक्निक तो यूज करना हम सबको अच्छी तरह से आता है. So I am not going to solve it now. All right. So first, what I want you to do is, I want every one of you to copy down the sum. जितना स्क्रीन पे दिख रहा है up till equation number 4, सिर्फ उतना कॉपी करो. And I want you to stop. All right. Dot 2 minutes. Your time starts now. Copy it down only up till equation 4. Nobody will solve it further. Thirty seconds more, students. All right. अच्छा, आई थिंक यू माइट बी हैविंग अ डाउट हियर कि सर आपने वो जो एक्स वाई से मल्टीप्लाई किया है वो स्टेप हमें दिखाना है या फिर नहीं दिखाना है. इवन इफ यू शो इट दैट परफेक्टली फाइन. इवन इफ यू डोंट शो दैट स्टेप, even that is perfectly fine. As per your convenience, you can write that step. All right. Now, students, this sum you are going to complete it with ASA technique, that is adding, subtracting, and adding technique as assignment. All right. And along with this sum, there are few more sums. Kindly note down properly, which makes sure that you people are doing it so that you are thorough with the concept of determinant and Crammers rule. So students, the assignment for today is this one sum, that is problem set 1, main question number 6, ka sum number 3. Along with that, practice set 1.3, practice set 1.3, main question number 3 ka sum number 3 and 5. Then problem set ka main question number 4 ka sum number 1, 2 and 3. And main question number 5 ka sum number 1, 2, 3, and 4. I repeat the assignment once again, students. This one sum, which you need to solve it by ASA technique, that is problem set 1 ka main question number 6 ka sum number 3. Along with that, practice set 1.3 ka main question number 3 ka sum number 3 and 5. Then problem set 1 ka main question number 4 ka sum number 1, 2 and 3. And main question number 5 का problem set का ही main question number 5 का sum number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Kindly make sure, students, that we are doing the assignment without fail. All right? Take care. That's all for today's lecture. Now again tomorrow, same time, first 2:30 to 4:30, you'll be having your geometry lecture. And then in the evening from 5:15, 15 to 7:15, you'll be having your algebra lecture. Kindly ensure that by today, end of the day, you receive the link from your respective heads of the center. All right. That's all for today, students. Thank you very much.